Alright, this video is going to be about the pin station. I'm going to show how to disassemble and reassemble this part off the machine, and then later in the video I'll show how to grease it up for proper operation. So first I'm going to start with taking off my retaining pins. You're going to have two, both of the ends. So now these are kind of be a little bit difficult sometimes. You can either pull them off. If you have enough, if they're not too tight, you can pull them off with your hand, simply with just your fingers, kind of pry them up. Either end. Sometimes with the brand new ones, they get really tight. But if you can't, go ahead and grab some needle nose pliers, and then get under there and pull up, on it, and then it'll come right out. Do that for both sides if you feel like it. So it's brand new ones, and then with the shaft, they get really stuck in there. Alright, so I'm going to take apart my retaining bow shaft assembly here. I'm going to poke out my shaft. Either end doesn't really matter. Pull it out. Then I'm going to have my bevel shaft and my spring, and then my retaining bow itself. Set that all over to the side. Now I've got my pin station housing itself. I'm going to have a cam, a ejector flap, and then a lever in the back. So first I'm going to start by unhooking my ejector flap spring, and now I'm going to turn it to the side, and I'm going to compress these clips in. As I compress, I'm going to push in, that way it goes into the hole. Now pulling this out, this is pulling out the lever. Easy way to pull this out, you can try to pull and tug, but what I found easiest actually is just go ahead and grab a flathead tiny screwdriver and press in on the side of it. That way you can press in some more and it's going to slide right out instead of tugging and using all your might to pull it apart. So once that comes apart, your ejector flap can slide out. Now you've got your cam. I like to just grab the part. I call this, it's a cam, but I like to call it a dolphin. I mean, it looks like a dolphin to me. So we'll just go ahead and pry that up and out. It's kind of a twist, pull, and it'll slide right out. And that's your station. That's your pin station itself. So knowing what parts you need for to know if it's left hand or right side, we'll get into that in another video. But it's really just based off what side it goes off the distributor track. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back together. I'm just going to repeat my steps. I'm going to put my cam in, toss that side in. Now I'm going to grab my lever and my ejector flap. I want to make sure this is facing inside. You want to make sure your pin, it falls off, it goes inside the station. You don't want to put it in this way, and then obviously you won't be able to get in there. If it's on this side, it's going to hit and go out on the outside of the station. So you're going to make sure it's pointed towards the inside of the station. So once I get it in, I'm going to go ahead and loop my spring on. I'm going to put it in the slot, in this slot here. Now I'm going to grab my lever. When I put this lever in, I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to put it down, and then at an angle. So you don't want to put it pointed out or up. You want to make sure it's down, and then at a slight angle forward. So as you put it in, make sure your cam is up, or at least if you can get it to stay up, have it stay up, and then point that through. Poke it through, and then you'll feel the grooves match up with the inside of the lever. So as I get that in, poke it all the way through. You'll hear it snap in. Now I'm going to rotate my cam. Now I know I have it right once my cam is evenly flush with the lever. So that's built right. Now I'm going to grab my retaining bow, my shaft, bevel shaft, and spring. So you have to insert the shaft through the bevel spring, through the bevel and the spring itself. So as I put this through, I want to make sure that my bevel spring gears are lined up with my cam. So I know it can't go this way because my cam's not on that side, so I'm going to have to flip it this way and then matching my teeth up with this. I'm going to grab my bevel shaft here. I want to make sure that the timing is going to be right. So I want to make sure my teeth are facing the inside not up. Make sure all my teeth are facing inside and down. So this is up, this is facing towards me and out, inside and down. So as I go ahead and put this through, teeth are facing forward. On the side of the bevel shaft, there's a little hole. That's what the side of your spring is going to go into. So I'm going to put that through there. I'm going to line it up. And I'm going to put my shaft through from the outside. So again, my timing was a little off there. Teeth in and out, in and down. Hook it all the way through. So some shafts will have a bearing, a bushing on the side of this. So this one's gonna be a little bit different. There'll be a little bit more play, but with the newer ones, they'll take away that little play that'll be on the inside of that. So now I'm gonna press it on the inside here. Now for my timing for this retaining bow to shaft, I want to make sure that my cam teeth gears are going to be on top of the bevel shaft teeth gears. So here, my bevel shaft teeth gears are on top of the cam. I want the cam to be on top. Cam teeth are on top of the bevel shaft teeth. That's going to make sure that your timing is right. So I know I got that in properly. I'm going to put in my retaining pins. Now I'm going to grab my spring. I'm going to come around and make sure you can't go down and in and try to lock it in. You have to go all the way around to make sure you actually get the tension. So I'm going to go down to the side of the slot here, come around, and then slip into that slot that's in there. So make sure you come around to the right side, down a little groove, and then come back up into that slot. So now you know, test it out, make sure everything's moving at the same time. Make sure everything's moving at the same time. It's coming down, you know you're good. And that's your pin station, disassemble and assemble.